Hello, Supernatural Explorers. Welcome back. I decided I wanted to revisit my friends at Pandemonium and see how they're all doing, including my Sasquatch friend, who I've been hanging out with a lot lately. And, of course, I wanted to revisit my Nonni after just doing the last show, Signs from the Afterlife. I want to see how my Nonni's doing, of course. And I was just checking because when I started this podcast, I was really amped up. And out of the gate, I recorded, let's say, like 12 episodes in about a month or two. Now I'm going back and editing them and posting them. And I looked and I'm about 2 months off. And so I'm not recording any more shows until I catch up. Because I kind of don't like that I may talk about something and it happened 2 months ago. I want to talk about something that happened a week ago or 2 weeks ago. So I stopped recording shows. Not that I don't love doing it. I think I'd record a show every night. But I stopped recording shows. I put everything on lockdown. One of the things I put on lockdown is Hellier. I'm so late to the party on Hellier. I started watching it. I got a half hour in. I got excited. All the stuff started coming in my head, these ideas. I wanted to record a show. I had to shut it off. And now other podcasts keep mentioning Hellier. I got to shut them off. That's driving me nuts. So look forward to a Hellier Goblins episode and Sasquatch Heals episode. Upcoming future episode, Woody and I are going back to Pandemonium for the witching hour, 3 o'clock in the morning. I've been connecting with my Sasquatch spirit a lot. I'm asking him if he wants me to bring him anything, he's got to let me know clearly between now and then. But even if I just pick up sounds again of something, I think it's Sasquatches, but you know, anything, throwing rocks at my car. But we're going for the witching hour. I know I'm not supposed to expect anything, but I'm fully expecting right now. I won't expect when I go. But just between you and me right now, of course I'm fully expecting something to happen, something more to happen. Getting more audio, have a gift be taken, have a gift left. I think last time, did my angels spirit team leave me the dove for them to let me know that they're with me? Or did the Sasquatch leave me the dove to let me know, hey, I like what you're doing here. I like that you're trying to create a sense of community and everything. Like, who knows? Who knows? All I know is that dove appeared, and I have it in my little drawer of other stuff that it's appeared in my life. All right, without any... Wow, this is probably the longest intro I ever had, but I'm letting you know about the other shows I got coming up and why you might be listening and being like, why is he talking about 2 months ago? It's because I got a little overexcited and recorded too many shows at once. So I'm not recording any episodes. I will catch up, and I'll make it so they're like a couple of days away, a week away, 2 weeks away at tops moving forward. All right, without any other further ado or nonsense, let's go in. Tonight we're going to do a follow-up visit on both Pandemonium and a follow-up visit on Nonni, which should be the previous episode, Signs from the Afterlife. So there's a follow-up on both of those things. We're going to start with Pandemonium and then, you know what? I'm not starting with Pandemonium when I can meet with my grandmother first. So I'm going to follow up with Nonni first and then go to Pandemonium and the crew there. Stay tuned. I'm going to go into my zone and we'll jump right into it. You know what? Let me see if I can try and remember. Yes. I have an interesting memory. Let's just say that. Let's see what I can remember from Nonni. Because Nonni, for me, was a week ago? So I remember I connected with her. I remember she, I think, was excited and surprised. That's right. She was excited and surprised that heaven was real. I find that interesting. Do you know Catholics or just people who go to church or just people who say they're religious or people who follow some kind of something, but they still question whether there's heaven or not? It's an interesting thing for those of you who know people who believe in religion and then are unsure about heaven. I find that fascinating. Whatever religions do believe in heaven and then you follow that religion and you don't believe in heaven. That was Nonni. It think she just didn't know and leaned on the side of, maybe it's too good to be true. It can't be real. Something like that. So I remember her spirit being excited to the point where she was off balance in an excited way. And so they had her kind of in, what would be the equivalent of here? I think as above, so below, as heaven and on earth. I think you can relate things in heaven to the way things are here for sure. So what would it be like here? I guess it would be most like physical therapy, where you're inpatient physical therapy, where you're working on something, getting, you just had surgery. I don't know. I don't know what the scenarios are. You have an atrophied muscle, whatever, wherever, and you need to build up the strength in it before you go back out into the world safely and confidently. Like that. And so it's been about a week, so we'll see. Has Nonni built up her balance? And now she's flying free. She's out of the rehab and on her way, having fun. Or is she still trying to balance things out? I'm going to guess nothing ever takes that long. You have to have serious issues for it to take that long to balance. Nonni didn't have serious issues. Thank God. So she just was excited that heaven was real. So I'm guessing 2 weeks. I'm going to guess she's fine, A-okay, and doing really well. So without further ado or talking, let me just connect with Nonni. Yeah, go Nonni. Let me tell you what I felt and then why I think what I think based on what I felt. Yeah, I was surprised by what I felt. This is what I was totally expecting. You could hear based on what I was saying. Like, she's flying around, she's with my grandfather again, she's just, visiting relatives, having fun, happy to be young again, all the excitement and everything that comes with that. And instead I felt very centered, balanced, even in my lower chakras, the lower parts of me, very centered, balanced. Most of it I felt it, I guess, in our solar plexus area, personal power, really solid. And the sense I got from that, because that's what I'm feeling, what I'm experiencing, and then I get downloads in my head and information. The sense I got is, all right, so she was in this rehab to help balance, but then it was like, all right, you can go, or we can teach you more, that kind of thing, just to give an analogy for Earth, how it would maybe work here. And she chose to stay. She's not out and about and flitting around and all excited. She's learning how to really fully appreciate, encapsulate, own all of her personal power, all of her energy. And then the further intuition senses I got was, I believe in many lives. It's just because of my own personal experiences and the memories I've had come to me about a past life. So there's this story I put together for Nonni, like how it could go. I'm not saying this is it, this is how it could go. Whatever her past life was, and then she came here. She came here with a purpose, with a mission, and whatever, she nailed it. Whatever her mission was, she nailed it. She did what she was supposed to do. She had a very restful later years, and then gently goes off to heaven. She gets there. She doesn't think heaven's real. She gets all excited, like, oh my God, it's real. She settles in, acclimates, and then when she's chilled, I didn't read her in this part, but she's so chilled out now. If anyone achieved this level of balance in their life, you'd be a master. That's how she felt. So I don't know how 2 weeks ago to now what that looked like, but I imagine at some point when she settled in, she realized, oh, I've been here before, I've had lives before. Now I see the big picture, the whole deal. I see all of what I am, all of my experience, all of what I've learned. And I feel like, job well done, Nonni. Job well done. Here are your gifts. Here's extra energy, extra spirit, extra, however it works. Much like getting a promotion or more responsibility in life. Here's more so that you can have more and do more. And gladly accepting it and then learning, all right, with this added energy, this is what I have to learn. This is how I have to be. Because more requires more responsibility, always. No, I don't think anybody would deny that. And she feels like she's owning it, learning it. So now we got to revisit Nonni again. Like, I want to connect with my grandmother while she's flying around and having fun. I mean, this is very fascinating, the steps she's going through. But I want to get to finally where she's with my grandfather, And I only read in the moment. Maybe my grandfather's, well, I gotta be honest. I would feel if another spirit was coming and I'm just connecting with her. I don't feel like anything else is coming. And I feel like it's a solemn time, a solitary time, a time to own you because you're about to be freed into limitless anything where you can visit your loved ones and all that. So I think she's taking the time to learn what she needs to learn so then she can have the maximum fun impact when she's set loose. And I think it's voluntary. I think when I met her first time, it's like, yeah, we got to hold you, you got to chill. But now it's totally like, you want to stay, you want to go do it. And this feels voluntary to me. Like yeah, wow, a totally different view of my Nonni. Good job, Nonni. Much respect. Much respect. I'm impressed. I'm very impressed with her. So, great. We'll definitely be visiting Nonni again. She's doing wonderful. Yeah, that's great. All right. Now let's move on to Pandemonium. Woody and I were there, and I want to follow up. I want to do some follow-ups. I want to follow up. We got to say hi to Sadie. Sadie's like the darling of Pandemonium. Her energy is consistently wonderful. Even when we first met her and she was going through something, she just was like that positive attitude, that outlook, that looking on the bright side of things kind of energy. And so we definitely got to say hi to Sadie first because that's just fun. Then we'll move right to Patrick, who was great. He hung out with Woody and I at Pandemonium for 10 minutes. He felt really solid. I'm hoping to feel the same. And then I feel like responsibility-wise for meeting and reaching out a hand to help, I'll feel very comfortable with where he's at, saying, all right, whenever we do cross paths, it's getting cool, but this is where we're going to part, something like that. And then Sasquatch spirit, because of all that I experienced there, I want to see, I don't know, I just want to see what I feel. I felt it so different there. And scientific-wise, while fields emanate out from us, and again, to get scientific, the biomagnetic field that emanates from the electric currents within us, that goes out into infinity and crisscrosses with all the other fields. While that is true, it's also true as you get closer to the source, it becomes stronger. And so when I went to Pandemonium, when I went to Tuscarora State Forest, and I was there, what I felt was a lot more powerful than I feel in my room. And what I already feel in my room when I'm in this state is very powerful. So, well, now I'm back again. What will I feel? So that'll be interesting. And then for those of you who do remember, because it came into my consciousness and I'm glad I remembered, I'm definitely going to check on the spirit that was attached to Sadie when we first came across her. Because if I remember correctly, as it was being removed like a tick, it said, my bad, or something like that, showed some kind of recognition. And I think anybody who shows any kind of recognition in any way of like my bad in a genuine way deserves a second chance. So I'm going to check in on that spirit and just see how he's doing, she's doing, see if it needs any assistance in any way, balancing out, little love. Because love's the only thing that changes anything, so send it a little love if it needs it, help it along. And of course, yeah, also definitely going to check the cemetery itself, because it was definitely off when we went. And maybe it's okay, maybe because Sadie's golden, Patrick's doing well, and the Sasquatch energy there, and maybe more of a sense of community is being created overall between all the spirits there, I'm hoping. Maybe the cemetery's fine. Maybe the slight balancing it got the other night made it fine. So let's jump right in. Sadie's wonderful. Sadie is wonderful. I'll tell you what happened. I started recording part of the episode. An alarm went off on my phone. It was silent. The alarm going off cut off my recorder without me knowing it. So I had to go back and do a few things. In going back, Sadie, just from her restful state, and I'll explain that in a minute, said, remember me? Because I did already meet with her, but it was the part that wasn't recorded. So when I came upon Sadie's energy, and Sadie's energy is now is the exact same way, and she's so nice. She's resting, and she came for me to say, remember my part, don't forget me. When I went to do Sadie the first time, and Sadie's is always tingles. When I went to do it the first time, I felt tingles right away, but they were really light. So I'm like, I feel tingles, but they're very light. What is that? And then I merged with her energy, and she's in a resting state. She's resting now. But even in resting, she's got like a little tingly going on. And even in resting, she sent me out a tingle to say hi as I was approaching. So she's so cool to me. You know, some people you might approach resting and they'll be like, what do you want? I'm resting. Not Sadie. She's wonderful. She's wonderful. So then I was commenting on she's in a restful state, but she's still communicating. You know, she sent out the hi, but that's how nice she is. And then I left her because she was resting. So then now I'm going back and re-recording and reconnecting with everyone. And Sadie said, remember me. So Sadie's still golden. She's still resting. Still doing really well. All right. Let's see how Patrick's doing. Let's check on Patrick. All right. Patrick actually feels great. As I was going to connect with him, he was already connecting with me and saying hi. His energy feels wonderful. I think if you remember from past encounters, his energy was off, and then it felt in the lower parts of him. Now it's filling all of him, head to toe. He feels wonderful. He comes across as he's proud, and rightfully so. He's proud, like, I reached this new level. I had to balance it out, and now I'm good. I put the work in. Look how good I'm doing. Like, he's proud, and he should be proud, and he feels golden. He feels very solid and good and ready to whatever new plane of existence he's on in spirit. He's ready to rock and roll. Just explore it, live it, learn the lessons of that plane. So I feel very good for him. I'm definitely going to go to Pandemonium again someday, so I would definitely come across him again someday, no doubt. But in the meantime, see you when I see you. We'll cross paths when we cross paths. And if you're ever there, Memorial, to the right of the entrance, stone, American flag, please take a moment, say hi to Patrick. Maybe leave a little something, even if it's just pick up a little rock and leave a little rock in memory of him. I think that'd be pretty cool. All right. Now, I'm going to go right to the cemetery. I feel the energy of the cemetery reaching out to me as I'm saying cemetery. So the Pioneer Cemetery, the spirit's there, the energy there, all of it. Ah. It's hard to interpret energy while I'm talking. I'm not used to doing a podcast while I'm doing this kind of thing. I'm used to being super quiet. And now I'm like trying to just be myself and do it. It's a balance I'm learning. So when I said that I felt the spirit of the cemetery reaching out to me, I felt it reaching out to me and I couldn't interpret what it was. I just felt the energy was strong. I couldn't tell it was strong, like, hey, yeah, we're looking forward to seeing you guys. Help us out. And what I mean by you guys is I'm always connected to my spirit team when I do this stuff. They do the work. I'm a witness. So I feel the spirit of the cemetery kind of reaching out to me, but I couldn't tell in what way. And then when I quieted myself to fully connect with it and merge with it, gratitude, like, thanks. They're golden. They feel very good. So they were only a slightly bit off. And even, I remember when we pulled up, I don't know if I got this on audio, Woody's like, Pandemonium? I don't know if I like that name. So imagine being a spirit in a cemetery of Pandemonium, a town that no longer exists for whatever reason, any kind of offness that may have caused, and just the appreciation of, hey, thanks for putting us back on kilter, or thanks for helping us out, like that kind of thing. Wow, it's become a wonderful place. I don't know what it was before. Well, I do know what it's before because I heard Tim's show, so I know what it was before. But even now, more so, I think it's a wonderful place. The energy feels really nice. I like it. Definite changes from when we came upon it. This has been great. Let's go say hi to Sasquatch. I'm very excited because, yeah, all right. And even I don't want to say, yeah, I feel like he corrected me. I felt him, I don't know if I want to say he was reaching out to me, because it's always on their terms. But I felt him there. I felt him there. Like, as soon as I started to... And as I was saying, I feel him reaching out. I felt like I was being corrected. Like, I'm not reaching out. I'm just here. Like, don't be making stuff up. All right. Now, I'm in a playful mood, so I want to say what he said was playful, but I'll admit that might be me putting a spin on it. I'll see how he is now and I connect with them. So let's go say hi to Sasquatch. I'm profoundly grateful that I've met a teacher. I don't know if I said this on other shows, but if you remember Land of the Lost when you were a kid, there was the Sleestack, and then there was Enoch. Enoch was like where people, and then there's Einstein or Tesla. Enoch was the tops, just with his crystals and his knowledge, and he seemed very peaceful. And so I've come across the Enoch of Sasquatches, or a Enoch of Sasquatches, without a doubt. This thing just merged with me, enlightened me, showed me a few things. Whatever it did to me when I was at Pandemonium, it's like it opened something in me. It was able to open something in me when I was physically there, make me more accessible to something because I was closer to it. And then now I'm sitting here and I'm experiencing it in a new way because it did something to my energy structure, to my energy, to allow me to experience it in a new way. What's the new way? I felt light, enlightened, and my energy, I've many times described as energy as big as my room, a little bigger than my room, a little smaller than my room maybe sometimes, but approximately, 8 by 8 room. What I just felt went beyond the room. That's all I'll say. Amazing. Take away from all that what you will. Sasquatch I don't have to check on Sasquatch. I have to approach Sasquatch with respect and say, will you teach me more, sir? This particular Sasquatch. I think with any species, approach them both physically and spiritually with respect, because not all are the same. I know people have varying experiences, but no, there are really, really, really good ones too, for whatever your experience was. Enoch-like, and that's the highest compliment I can give to any species, to call you an Enoch of your species. I think all that's left is, we'll call him our friend. Everyone's a friend. Everyone's a friend till they prove differently. How's that? Like innocent till proven guilty, friend until proven otherwise. We'll call him a friend. Because he did, while he was removed, he also did let go. I will say at the same time, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt, and did recognize my bad. So the thing that was the guy, the spirit that was attached to Sadie. Let's check on it, see where it's at, see what plane of existence, plane of spirit it's on. All right. I believe I said this on past shows. I find it helpful to not look at things as higher or lower per se, just different levels. And not better or worse. Yeah, of course, heaven is better than hell. Of course it is. But let's not go to those extremes, because most of the stuff is in the middle. So let's go on like kindergarten, first grade, second grade. Let's think of things that way. Because I thought it was way better to be a sixth grader than in kindergarten, because I know more, I could do more, I could be more. But you wouldn't say a sixth grader is better than a kindergartner. So I think of the planes of existence, the planes of spirit, on the same way. If you're in a lower level, you're just in a lower level. There's still good and bad kids on every level, good and bad spirits on every level. So, and then it's just working, you're developing within the level you're on so that you can go to another level that some would say is better because you get to be more, do more. I hope that makes sense. So let's say our friend here is in kindergarten and learning, but I feel like a good student who behaves and is trying to learn. And what did I feel? Most of the energy felt in the lower parts of me. Legs, even feet, lower parts of my legs, almost like a weighty, but very still and balanced. And I think indications of health or well-being on any level are balance. Yeah, balance to me equals health in these realms. Yeah. If you're imbalanced, it can come off as jaggedy, needy, dark. So I'm just giving them some encouragement, giving them some light, letting them know there's always people who care, always people who want to help, always people who understand that cooperation works better than competition, and if we all help each other, everything evolves in a nice way. I wish I could hear names. I want to give this spirit a name. And it's if anyone's curious, it's not a comfortable being at this plane of existence. But it's just like, depending on your inclinations, how long would you want to spend in a kindergarten classroom versus going back to what you're used to? Some people love a kindergarten classroom, and some people like other things. So I guess to that varying degree, it can create discomfort. So it's not uncomfortable, but yeah, I'm happy I visited. I'm happy I gave love and light. And I'm also happy to go on. I don't think the spirit needs me to visit anymore, but if it ever comes into my consciousness, I'll be happy to visit and see how it's doing. So yeah, that's the show. I hope you enjoyed it. Questions, comments, always open. Suggestions for places you'd like me to check out in Lancaster County, Pennsylvania. Woody and I that night were exhausted. I was so tired, and I had to keep my eyes home driving home, that I had a headache the next day that turned into a migraine because of that. I paid the price of staying up till 5 in the morning and then fighting to stay awake to drive home. Next time, I think I'm camping out, meaning I'm sleeping the night, and then I'll go out for breakfast in the morning and drive home. Like, treat myself a little kinder. But I don't want to do any of that for now. I want to go to places that are closer because I do have a job and another podcast. And I'm a one-man show, so anybody who does podcasts can appreciate what I'm saying. So if you Lancaster County, I'm open to suggestions. Hit me up on my Instagram, TheSupernaturalExplorer, or you can Gmail me at TheSupernaturalExplorer@gmail.com. That's it. Be well, stay well. Until next time, everyone. Peace.